What's up, everyone? This is Not Your Average Podcast in the 716. I am T. What's up, y'all? We are on the Building Buffalo Network, but today we continue with the off-season talks, and I have a special guest. All my guests are special, but this guy right here, I tell you, he got some takes. I'm going to let him do his thing, introduce himself. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, man, one and foremost, man, I go by the name of KI, man. I am one of the co-founders with my partner, HB, at Bills United Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Bills United, on Instagram at Bills United Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Bills United Podcast, and also you can find me on Facebook under Kenneth Jackson. And our business page is Bills United Podcast, man. We go live every Saturday, probably around between 7:30 8 o'clock, as we usually aim for. Hey, man, come in, tune in, show some love, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, like I said in the back channels, I was listening to you guys' pod last night, and you guys got some wonderful takes. I'll just say that. Wonderful takes, because I was like, okay. I'll do this. This is off what we want to talk about. So I asked, because we all kind of know each other from content creating, and I had Julian on last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, and I asked him about Ed Oliver because I was like, I'm hearing some tension. And then I watched your pod last night, and you just don't like him.
No. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna let it be known.
I was like, okay, no holds bars. It's like, yeah, he got to get out of here. He's gonna get traded. I was like, oh shoot, wow, he's getting traded too. I said, okay, all right. I just wanted to get that off. Thank you, Sandra, for stopping by. Good morning. Thank you again. You always tap in, and I love it. Thank you. But before we get into the woods of this season, of last season, or this season, this off season, what were your thoughts on the season, last season?
Well, during preseason, when I first started getting to the podcast world, my boy Jay Mafia, Mafia Talk, he actually had me on his show during preseason. I believe he was playing. I think he was going to play Denver or Carolina, whichever team it was. And I actually came on here and said that this is the best team that we have, or that we had since Josh Allen. So that actually came true, because I seen from the year prior to when Joe Brady came in and we stopped using Stephon Diggs as much, how efficient we was when Josh Allen actually spread the ball. He wasn't focused on one target. So on an offense perspective, I mean, we pretty much did what I said. I know a lot of people say it's an overachieving season. I don't believe that we had an overachieving season. I just believe that people didn't realize how good our team was and the pieces and role players that we already had. And we were just building on top of that foundation.
Okay. I like that take. See, I took the approach of I'll wait and see, because you remove a big piece of that offense. And like, where are you going to get that from? Everybody needs to step up. I didn't think Keon came in and he fit right into. I didn't expect him to be like a contributor going into his first season, his rookie season, even though he did. Like, he was amongst the rookies, wide receivers in the NFL. And then when he got hurt, it came down. Like, it was just like, oh man, if he would have never got hurt, we would have never, like, he probably would have been in the race of, rookie offensive play, rookies awards. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do this year. Draft is right around the corner, and some is calling this the Brandon Beane season. How much pressure do you think is on Brandon Beane this year?
Honestly, I think there's more pressure on Sean McDermott than Brandon Beane.
Okay.
Brandon Beane, let's be honest. We had some bad contracts in which we had a lot of dead cap space. But in all reality, he brings back our foundation. Okay. This team has not been bad since they came here, except for the first year. He keep the main pieces, and he know who to pay. Right. He only make bad decisions when he actually bring in free agents. I think that's his only downfall, honestly. But for the most part, I don't think there's any pressure at all. No, I know everybody say that Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane is a package deal. I don't think so. I think Sean McDermott will leave before Brandon Beane. I don't see. Everybody says that. Everybody has said that, and I just don't believe it. Like, me either. If Sean McDermott is not doing what he needs to do as a head coach, I think he's gone. Like, and there's always people out. If anything happens with this team, any loss that happens, it's Sean McDermott's fault. Like,
I'm a person, I'm a fan to where guys have to execute. Players have to execute whatever that Bean is out there, or Sean McDermott is out there doing. The players have to come to play. Yes, if anything goes wrong, it's the head of it's a head coach. But sometimes players are not executing. I mean, I don't know if you feel the same way or if you're a Sean McDermott fire, because there's a lot out there that would like, he needs to be fired.
One thing about the Bills, especially what they do to me, it's like a freight train. It's like a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
So one moment I love Sean McDermott, the next moment I don't. I believe that's anybody. We get emotional over our team, of course, because we're passionate. Yeah. But I think for the most part, in which I said this on multiple of my shows, is that we be so quick to point the finger at Sean McDermott at points at sometimes, but like you said, it's the players, because guess what? He may have called the right play, but the execution was not perfected.
Yeah,
that's a big thing, and I feel like nobody ever point the finger at the players. I point fingers at players.
Yeah,
because after the day, y'all on the field, y'all practice all week, y'all on the field. So I feel like Bills Mafia need to start holding players accountable.
Yeah,
that's what we need to start doing.
For sure. I mean, and I don't know how many people want to put that accountability on Josh, that last play, or the line, because there's a lot of people out here that do not or will not point fingers at Josh Allen because of he might be the savior or whatever the case may be. Listen, like you said, I'm going to hold players accountable. And if Josh is playing like trash or ass, whatever the case may be, I'm going to say that was on Josh,
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
I hope you don't watch my show, because I gave him some work a few times. I gave Josh Allen them words.
Oh my God, I love it though, because I mean everybody gets a turn, and if it's on him, it's on him. You know what I'm saying? Even though great season, listen, again, when they removed that piece, I said it's up to Josh to raise the game, and he did that. Like, he had wide receiver, he had Mac Hollins as his number one. Mac Hollins. I know Shakir was there, but Mac Hollins. You know what I'm saying? So if you can elevate that wide receiver room with a special teamer, come on now. Come on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No. So and I think that's why also too he's an MVP last season. So one of the picks that paid off for Brandon Beane was Shakir. He got an extension. When I did this, he wasn't extended yet. Rousseau. We're going to talk about him. Who do you think should be up next? Do you think it should be James Cook? I know at the combine he has said they're not close today. Doesn't mean they won't be close soon. And I'm paraphrasing. Do you think James Cook get paid, and will he be next?
All right, listen.
Oh boy.
No.
Okay.
No. So I'm actually about to start cooking, because for anybody that's saying that he deserves $15 million, I don't know what y'all watching on that field to where he's a $15 million player each year. He's nowhere near that. Let's be honest, right? Okay. So for one and foremost, the most Saquon, he went up to 20, right? So now we have to pay James Cook a little more now because of that. The most I will pay James Cook a year is $10 million. And if he's still pushing for $15 million, best believe we will be drafting a running back in this draft class.
Well, they draft running backs, I think, every time they draft a running back.
And I keep telling people too, like, this is the wrong time for him to be doing that, because this is a running back heavy draft and DT draft, right? So now I'm gonna break it down. Why people are like, why would you say that? So let me tell you why James Cook is not worth $15 million. Number one, he's the worst. He's the worst running back blocker on his team. He's the worst gadget running back on his team. He has the worst hands on in our running back backfield. If y'all want to be honest, right? Not only that, the one thing that James Cook have over other running backs is the burst, acceleration. He's fast, and he can see them gaps in them holes pretty quick. Outside of that, there's nothing that's generational or standoutish from him. Because I keep saying, this is an offense that is very easy to plug and play. There are a lot of James Cooks out here, but guess what? They don't have the offensive line behind it like James Cook do. So yeah, I know he had 1,000 yards. I know he had about 16, 17 touchdowns. No kudos for you. But guess what? We can find better and more production for cheap. And if it's not more production, just as much. I think he's very replaceable. I think he's a plug and play. He's not worth $15 million.
Oh,
Wow. Overall,
okay.
he don't. Nah.
All right. Listen, I'm not mad at that take. My only thing when it comes to James Cook is he knows this offense. Am I secure with Ray Davis stepping into that position right now? No. And I'm not the GM nor I'm the coach. I think James Cook has changed the style of the way how he's running. He's also lining up his blockers. He's running behind his blockers this year. His vision is insane right now, and his balance. Because before, when we put on weight, before when you hit him, he just off balance is done. This last season, you've seen that he took it to the next level. Do I think he deserves, again, our pod, we're all about getting the bag. Do I think he deserves $15 million? I don't know. Like, I think if you can get it. You know, you're shooting for 15 and that's your negotiating tool to do it. Get it. Did I like that he did it on social media? No, because I don't think it was his time yet. Like, there's other people that needed to get their money first before James Cook got his. And not even that, they can let him play right now. He doesn't have to get an extension right now. Like, so I don't even understand what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? I guess you got to hit when the iron's hot. I so understand it, but he can actually wait. He can wait. Like, Benford needs to be extended right now. And hopefully he's the next guy that does get the extension.
That was my next guy. Yeah, definitely Christian Benford.
And we might hear something about, because the way things are happening right now, they're moving pretty fast. And I'm glad we went on today because something happened today, but we're going to get into it a little bit later. Free agency is upon us next week. This time next week, hopefully we should have someone. Hopefully. Oh, yeah. Besides Myles Garrett, what do you see the Bills doing? Do you see them signing a Trey Henderson? What do you see they signing?
So I think Trey Henderson is pretty interesting because I've been eyeing him, but also to he's pretty good. Double sacks usually every year. He's young, about to be. He just entered his prime, so I think about 29, 30. So he just entered his prime.
He's 29, I think.
And I actually had a question for you about that because from what I seen is that that this is a possible trade, and that the Bills will send a first round and a second round of 2025 to get him. If you was a GM, would you do that? Do you think that's overpaying for Trey? Him?
For Trey, first round. I don't know about a first round. Second, yeah, because if you're doing a first for him, what do you have to do for Myles? If I'm sending a first for Trey, I'm gonna have to send a bunch for Myles. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm doing that. I don't know. But here's the other thing too, because I haven't really eyed anyone else. Do you see a rookie coming in here across from Rousseau and saying it's all you? Do you see anybody on the team right now saying they're going to step up?
Anybody that's still on the team right now?
Yeah.
I like Smoot, and also outside of Smoot, what's his name? It's not Dwayne Carter. Is it Dwayne Carter?
It's Dwayne Carter. He's not. He's interior.
Okay.
What's his name? Sullivan.
Sullivan. Yeah. Sullivan.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
we gotta get somebody.
So I actually think, due to the breaking news, I ain't gonna bring it up yet because we're gonna get to that.
Right.
But due to that, and we actually saving $8.4 million for this year. We are putting in a package for somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming in from free agency. We're not drafting that position.
Yeah.
We are getting that in free agency for sure.
Yeah. And we're definitely going to talk about it. That's the slow burn that we're doing right now because it just happened this morning. But I had the pod list already, and I'm like, oh shoot, you dropped it in our lap. Love it. This offense was one of the top offense in this league where do you see, if you see them doing anything to bring someone in? Do you see them drafting a wide receiver? Do you see them getting? And I just seen Diggs potentially. Well, offseason is the talks is crazy.
Oh yeah,
he may potentially go to the Chiefs. I'm like, I don't really care because you're not the same when you came with the Buffalo Bills. So I really don't care. But do you see this offense changing up?
Oh yeah, for sure. And for example, I actually see us bringing in 2 possible receivers. I don't think we're gonna draft another receiver because we already got 1 rookie. Well, a sophomore now, pretty much second year. And so we are in a Super Bowl window, and we can't be working on projects on this offense. That's for sure. We don't need any more projects. Keon Coleman should be the last project on this team from the draft, right? Unless it's just a generational receiver that we know that we could possibly get. But outside of that, I do see us bringing in Darius Slayton from the Giants or Noah Brown from the Commanders. I think both of those would be good, especially Noah Brown. Young, fast, good blocker, great route running, and he's pretty efficient. And he's good against man coverage. And that was the big problem for us and why we brought in Amari Cooper in the first place from last year. Yeah. And he's actually cheap. His contract just ended with the Commanders, so he's a free agent, and now he got paid $1.2 million for last year. So he's actually pretty cheap. So I'm surprised they ain't re-signed him. So I can see Noah Brown coming in or Darius Slayton. But overall, I think our offense is going to be more efficient because, for one, Dalton Kincaid is going to have a bigger role. They are forcing him to get bigger. Yeah. Forcing him to put weight on so he can be a better pass blocker. So you know what that means? They are planning on getting rid of Dawson Knox. And that contract is huge. So
do you think they're going to get rid of Dawson Knox this year? Because that's a hit, isn't it?
No, it is a hit. Unless we trade him, in which I don't see that happening. So that's why I said, I see them basically building Don Kincaid to where we won't have Dawson Knox anymore. So that contract is going to be for next year. Or we get rid of him. So that's that money. Also, too, Khalil Shakir, another year, Keon Coleman. And this is a big problem that I have with our offense. Like it was efficient, but this is one problem I have with our offense. It's the fact that we rinse and recycle talent. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So, for example, like Keon Coleman he have the same skill set and talent as Gabe Davis, pretty much, right? Not only that, Amari Cooper is an older version of Stephon Diggs when he was here. We are rinsing and recycling talent. I think we need to change up. We need to change up.
Well, are you on the DK Metcalf train or no? Because that's not a rinse and repeat.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I would love to have DK. Let's be honest. It's a win-win situation regardless. It's just he's asking for so much money.
He is. And then we don't have a report just came out. He wants to play somewhere that's warm. So we might even just be out of the DK, Metcalf lottery. So, I mean, he would be one of those guys that can freaking stretch the field to where you have to put eyes on him. Someone's, you know what I'm saying? Someone's going to have to be over there. When Amari Cooper came, I get what you're saying. We didn't have that on this roster. So even if he wasn't getting the ball, you had to respect it. You had to put someone over there because teams were playing us man.
Yeah,
the most
killing us.
Yes. Yes. They didn't respect his wide receiver room at all. At all. So, I mean, you see Sean McDermott right now being kind of aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You see, or Brandon Beane being kind of aggressive when it comes to, all right, here's the news. Von Miller has been released from the Buffalo Bills. He's pretty happy about it. He's pretty happy about it. Thank you, Sandra, for also giving that news out too. I see you're pissed. You're pumping your fist. You're excited.
Oh yeah.
Releasing him, 8-time All-Pro, Von Miller. I thought he was gonna maybe take a pay cut, and even if they asked him to take a pay cut, he probably was like, "Hell no, I'm not taking another one, y'all. I'm not doing another one." And they said, "All right, bro, we're gonna have to let you go." Letting him go, like you said, clears up 8.4 in 2025. So on the roster right now that we have defensive ends. We have AJ Epinesa, we have Groot, and you have Solomon. They're going to make a move. You only have those three guys on your roster. You're making a move. Give me your thoughts about this release.
First of all, there two great things happened within a matter of 12 hours. Off Rip Von Miller. Come on, let's be honest, y'all. Yeah, 8-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl champion. But let's be honest, he haven't been the same since his injury, right? So I mean, on top of that, it's kind of like, you know how many times I watch the games, and once a running back or a player or quarterback get past him, he's not even running towards him; he's jogging. It's like once you get past him, he just give up on plays now. But not only that, it's like there's so much young talent, and how much money we was paying you, how much all that money that we could have put into another player or to multiple aspects of our team, it's ridiculous to have you on that field when you, let's be honest, you wash. Like respectfully, not saying
right. I get you.
Your days is gone. You know, and it's like I felt like he was kind of stealing money from us at this point. Because he was more interested in his podcast than actually playing on the dang field. And so me honestly, I think it was a great move, and it was time. It was time because our team got young last year.
Yeah,
we need to get younger, and the fact that he's the oldest player and the second highest player on our team is a problem. So I think that was the right move, and also too, Kyer Elam. Oh my goodness, everybody, thank you. That I think Brandon Beane is on fire, and I think this is just the beginning. And now, speaking of Kyer Elam, right? Do you think it's according like rumors, whatever, allegedly? So we traded him for an undisclosed pick. What do you think that pick could be or round?
So it hasn't been official yet, but oh man, and where did we get Kyer?
We got him for a first. He was a first round pick, I think 3 years ago, 2021.
Oh man. Kyer's young still. He's 23, I think, right?
Yep.
Oh, but he's not. I don't know. Dude, fifth, sixth?
I was thinking about 6. I was thinking about 6 around that range.
And if anybody listens to this pod, y'all know how I feel about Kyer. I met Kyer as Building Buffalo. They interviewed him. We did a whole segment on Kyer. He signed my son's sneakers. He signed my son's glove. Damn. I really thought Kyer was going to work out. I did. I really, really did. And now with the coaches that they're bringing in, you would think he would fit well because they're going to go more of a man defense. And you would just assume they're like, all right, let's see what he can do with these coaches. But you're just like, all right, we got these coaches, you didn't fit in. We got these coaches, you didn't fit in. And then he looks like he's not confident enough out there to where you're like, all right, we got to move on. We got to come off this player. Because they've given him so many chances. Yeah,
3 years. Like you had like a Christian Benford, a late round pick, come and take your spot, you know? And I'm gonna be honest, like we're going like I can sugarcoat anything, but also too, we do have to take into consideration that Kyer is he's mainly a man cornerback, and we are a zone defense. So he never fit the scheme. And if you're gonna be honest, the only reason why the Bills technically drafted him because during that time of the draft in the first round, there was a run for cornerbacks. Yeah. And Brandon Beane was in a rush to get a cornerback, right? So honestly, to a certain degree, he was put into a situation that he was never strong at in the first place. Mm-hmm. You know, he was put into a system to where he never really played. That's not his strong suit. So I could give him that. So maybe if he do go to Carolina, who play a more man, or when he go to a team that have a man system, he may could flourish, honestly. Mm-hmm. But just here, it just wasn't a good fit for him.
Yeah. All right. So speaking about the draft, you are the GM. I do this every time a guest come on the show. Yep. You are the Bills GM, and you have pick 30. Tell me what you're doing. You can trade it away. You can do whatever you want. What are you doing with the pick 30?
So honestly, if we don't get Myles Garrett, we're not trading away. I don't think we should trade away because we already have 10 picks, right? So I don't think we should trade away. On top of that, I think we should get Trey Amos. He's a cornerback. So he's actually, I think he's the 6th ranked cornerback in the league or in college. Also, too, he played man 85% of the time, and clearly y'all see where we're going. So we are becoming a man defense. So I could see us picking him up. So that's my biggest one. But I know this one is a reach. Is it a possibility? You never know, because in the draft people always fall down. But also have you heard of him? Jadad Barron.
Yes.
From Texas. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will go for either one of those two. But I know Jaron Barron, he's pretty much perspective, whatever you call it, to go mid first round.
Okay.
So it would be out of those two cornerbacks. I think we should draft a cornerback first, get it out the way.
I was just going to ask you, what position? And you said cornerback. Okay. All right. So you don't want to go defense. Well, not defensive tackle first, because I mean, that's like you said, it's a run. It's a lot of defensive tackles in this draft. I got a bunch of guys that I've been looking at. Top of my head, I can't think of one right now, but I on the offensive side of the ball, our O-line is intact. Like, I am so happy that now that Josh Allen has an O-line, and it's just, he can have this O-line for a minute, because the guys behind this O-line is even good. Oh, yeah. So we couldn't say that for a minute.
Man, you know I didn't know what good football was until 2019, 2020. I ain't never seen good Bills football, man.
Give me your thoughts on Keon Coleman.
So, okay. So I'm gonna say the same thing I said beginning of the season when we first drafted him, is that Keon Coleman was never brought in to be a number one receiver, right? He's not an outside numbers receiver, as in like route running or getting separation. I said Keon Coleman is specifically on this team for 50-50 balls. When Josh Allen is scrambling, you got somebody to throw the ball to. And as you notice, all throughout the season, all of Keon Coleman's biggest plays came off with Josh Allen scrambling. He throwing it up, right? He's a receiver for broken plays. He is meant for broken plays. That's his role. And I think he did pretty well. I mean, for the first half of the season until he hurt his wrist, obviously. But I think that's going to continue. I mean, I know he's working out right now, working on his separation. But in my honest opinion, like, no disrespect, I think he playing out of position. I think he'd be a great tight end.
Oh, wow. Now, I knew you were going to do a hot take on the show, but goddamn. A tight end. Okay.
I think he'd be a great tight end.
You guys heard it here first. A tight end, Keon Coleman, a tight end. I'll say this: I think one of his best games that he had might have been Seattle. Might have been the Seattle game when he little bro that dude. I'm just looking forward to Keon for this next step. That I always say when wide receivers or any skill players that come into their first year. From college to the NFL, I think sometimes it's shocking because everything is so fast, and you haven't had time for your body to heal itself because you're busy. You got the bowls, the Senior Bowls, the Shrine Bowl. Then you got the combine. You're preparing for that, and then the draft, and you're preparing for that, and then you go into the team that you're going to, and then you're preparing for that. So there's no rest in between. So I think Keon's next year will be definitely different than his first. If he didn't get hurt, again, like I said, he probably would have been up there with the other rookies. But I can't wait for his development for sure. Russo, did we talk about Russo's extension?
No.
How do you feel about that extension?
So I actually got notes on that. Give me 1 second.
A little shocking about it, but I'm glad it happened.
So, hey, same here. I mean, it's shocking, but I'm excited. What is it? 80 million extension, but 54 guarantee.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, we pay him about 12.4 whatever million per year. Honestly, he's worth it. Because if he would have had a same season like he did last year, this year, he pretty much would have been out of our pay range.
Yeah.
So
I thought he was going to be. Period.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to sign him.
That's that Brandon Bean work, right? And so me personally, I think it's a steal because he's like a top 5-8 pass rusher. You can't beat that because guess what? There's a lot of teams out here that's looking for players like him in the draft right now while we already have it and we just secured that. So I love that. Great move. And also Terrell Bernard.
Yes.
We got some deals going on. Well, we paying Terrell Bernard about $6 million a year. 24.5 guarantee. Like, come on, you can't beat that. So I think it's a great move. We secure in that position for years to come, and we should be excited about that.
Okay, last question. Do you, because I know the Rams did it. They went all in. And now they were in the playoffs last year. Do you see Brandon Bean doing an all in?
So when you say all in as in like what exactly? Like,
I don't give a damn what's going on. Get these players. We're all in. Our focus is win the Super Bowl right now.
I have to go and no. I don't think they're really in that mindset because as we could tell, we have a front staff organization who's very disciplined when it comes to money, right? And they care about being competitive for years to come, not only for themselves, but for us as fans, spectators. So I don't see them doing that, but I do see them making a big splash move. And I think they try to go all out for Von Miller, and it pretty much backfired on us.
And we had one good year with Von until he got hurt.
Yeah, and so I don't really think they want to go down that rabbit hole again. So I think they will spend big, but I don't think it's going to be nothing outstandingly like crazy like that, honestly, in my opinion. What about you? Do you think?
I wouldn't be mad if they did it, but I'm like you. I don't see Brandon Bean doing that because he's very conservative. He likes to be very pointed when it comes to contracts, and not even that. He's good with contracts. He really is good with contracts. Like this contract with Bernard, really good. Really good. Like you can't even I have no words. He's just really good at negotiating. And to be quite honest with you, when we got Bernard, I was like, okay, what's going on with Edwards? Oh my God, what's his name? Edwards, whatever his name is, the other guy we had as a linebacker. Tremaine. So I was like, okay, what's going on with this? And I think he just there's players, like I said to Mike, there's players out here who just want to get the bag. Oh yeah. They don't care about Super Bowls or nothing like that. They're just in it to get the money. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And I think for him, it was fine for him to get, not saying that he's not in the position to get a Super Bowl. I'm just saying that you gotta strike when the iron's hot. And it was hot for him, and the Bills weren't going to pay that money for Tremaine. Oh, yeah. Because I think they were going in a different direction anyway when it came to Tremaine, and it just so happened to line up, and Chicago wanted him, and boom. So, yeah. I'm not a firm believer in all in. I like it. I like for it to happen, but I know it's not going to happen with this GM. No.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah. And also, too, that question that Sandra had just put up for Sandra, I actually like to answer that because I actually think that's a good question. And they say, Myles Garrett will stay in Cleveland. Well, I will say this. The reason why I don't believe that, because Myles Garrett already said that, like, or allegedly right now, that he will sit out if he stay in Cleveland. Really? Yeah. Wow. So technically, it's like if he stay there, y'all pretty much y'all in a lose-lose situation. Y'all better off getting rid of him.
Some nasty work out here. The player does not want to be there anymore. And he didn't. So he had asked for a sit down, a meeting, and the owner refused. No, I don't want to meet with you. I said what I said. This is what's going on. Wow, why are we meeting? Yeah, he doesn't want to meet with Myles Garrett. And this is nasty work. This is nasty. So even if Myles, because I can see this playing out all the way until training camp. we might not know anything about Myles Garrett until training camp. Wait a minute. What?
What?
Wait, what?
Just now?
Okay, now Sandra, you got me looking. Okay, wait a minute. What?
Oh, what?
Okay, I'm looking right now. Hold on. Wait. After the Myles Garrett deal, we'll pay him a whopping 50. Wait, yes.
No way.
The Browns reached a new contract with Myles Garrett, paying him $40 million per year with over $125 million guaranteed.
There go my offseason dream. That is crazy.
We're in real time, y'all. This is real time.
Wow. I am sick. Money talks, man. That is
what
insane.
did I just say? There's players out here don't care about winning Super Bowls. They care about money. What did I just say? And we just got the news on air.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say with this crap. This is some bullshiggity.
We might end up with Nick Bosa.
Please no.
That's the most Bills thing that might happen at this point.
Oh God, crazy. I'm telling you right now, yo, I might not watch. We can't have Nick Bosa. Or, I'm sorry, Khalil, what's his name, Matt? I don't want him either.
Oh, no. His days is overdone with. That's sickening.
Dude, this is nasty work right now.
Max Crosby out and Myles Garrett. The best out there, let's be honest, is Trey.
It's Trey. Yeah.
He's the best left. Yeah.
So Myles said he didn't want to go from Ohio to Canton, right? No, he's going from Cleveland to Canton because you think you're going to win a championship with Cleveland Browns and you don't even have a freaking quarterback, Myles.
And I'm about to say, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he say on multiple occasions that like he's sick of losing, that he actually want to win? Am I not mistaken?
Oh my God.
It's like now I feel like the whole time you were just saying that
playing
to make the Cleveland Browns pay you what you want.
All about the bag. It definitely, Sandra. All about the bag, yo. And I'm not mad. Listen, I'm not mad that you're getting your money. Get your money, brother. Get your money.
Definitely.
But damn, but the way you were talking and the way you were saying and all of this other stuff, the man said, "I'm gonna just throw him some money. Shut him up."
Yeah, man. The man even said he liked his wings.
Deion Dawkins said, "I will give you some of my contract. Come on over here, brother."
That is insane. Come on, man. And then he got the nerve to go on interview and say, I like my wings with blue cheese and wink his eye. Like, come on, dog.
Stop playing with our emotions. Stop playing with our emotions. You know what? I'm done with players. You know what? Until they sign that paper with the Buffalo Bills, wow. I am freaking done. Bump y'all. Bump y'all. I'm serious. Jesus.
That's painful. I'm not gonna lie.
That is very, very painful.
That's painful.
I am mad at this. I'm mad. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Brandon Beane, again, is going to work his magic. And I'm not, we're still on course.
Yeah.
We're still on course. The Bills are still on course to do what they need to do. So that's crazy. We got this shit live on.
But I will say that right there just changed the whole trajectory of the draft.
It did. You're right.
Yeah. And so we might just draft a DT or defensive pass rusher first instead of a cornerback now. So that changed a lot. So we're gonna see how things go into the draft. Absolutely. It's gonna be interesting.
Oh wow, this was a great episode. Some live stuff happened before we got on, and then some stuff happened when we were recording. This is crazy. This is crazy, but I love it. I love doing this. I love that you came on the show. And again, you definitely will be back on again because I need, you and your co-host to come on so we can, maybe we'll have another live response of what's happening with the Bills. But Yeah, this has been Not Your Average Podcast in the 716. Tell everybody where they can find you again.
Hey man, one and foremost, before I tell everybody, man, hey T, I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah,
thank you for allowing me to come into your platform. And, you give me the time of day, So thank you so much for that. And also too, man, you can find me on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram at Bills United Podcast. Or you can just follow me on Facebook on my personal page under Kenneth Jackson. You can find me, man, every Saturday between 7:30 8 p.m. and we go live. Tune in, fun vibes, good energy, man. Come and enjoy the show, man. Come and comment. Cool. Thank you.
And they have some crazy hot takes. So yes, please tune in. it be live over there. But again, thank you again. This is Not Your Average Podcast in the 716. I'm your girls T. We are out of here. But it's always go Bills.
Bills. Go Bills, baby.
Peace, y'all.